Indeed, Abraham. It's been a breathtaking expedition, teeming with life-altering lessons. This odyssey, filled with countless moments of self-discovery, has been nothing short of sensational. Each day a new revelation, each moment an insight into not just the world around us but the world within us. You ask what experiences resonate the most with me, Abraham. It's hard to pinpoint a single event or moment as the most impactful. For each experience, each interaction has shaped us, molded us into who we are today. From the mornings we woke up to the chirping of birds to the evenings spent around a bonfire sharing stories and laughter, each day has been a lesson in itself. The treks through the dense forests, the sunsets at the peak of the mountains, the nights under the vast star-studded sky, each of these experiences has left an indelible mark on our hearts. They've taught us resilience, patience, and the power of unity. They've shown us the beauty of simplicity, the importance of kindness, and the strength that lies in our diversity. Moreover, the people we've met along the way, their stories of struggle and triumph, have inspired us and touched us in ways we could never have imagined. Each individual, each encounter has been a teacher, a mentor, guiding us towards a better understanding of life and our place in it. And as we shared these experiences with our audience, we felt a sense of connection, of unity. This journey wasn't just ours to take, but theirs to experience vicariously. We urged them to join us, to learn with us, to grow with us, and in response, our friends have showered us with overwhelming support and love. And let's not forget to urge our friends to share this video and subscribe for more insightful lessons from our journey. The first lesson is obedience, even when we can't see the full path. It is an essential virtue that we should hold dear to our hearts, for it is a cornerstone of our existence. It is the root of discipline. It is the foundation of courage and the essence of faith. It is often a difficult concept to grasp, even more challenging to practice, yet it's the very essence of our spiritual journey. God, in his infinite wisdom and divine providence, calls upon us to be obedient. He doesn't always reveal the entire plan to us. He doesn't typically lay out the blueprint of our lives for us to scrutinize. He presents us with challenges, with trials, with tribulations. He puts us in situations that require us to make decisions, to take actions, to make choices. He tests our faith, our resolve, our determination. In our case, he called us to leave our homeland. This was not an easy decision. Our homeland was where we were born, raised, and lived our lives. It is where our friends and families reside, where our memories were born, where our roots were deeply entrenched. The familiarity, the comfort, the security all had to be forsaken for an unknown path. Yet, despite the uncertainties, the fear, and the apprehension, we obeyed. We took the leap of faith, we stepped into the unknown, we braced ourselves for the journey ahead. We put our trust in God, in his plan, in his wisdom. We surrendered our will, our desires, our dreams to him. We stepped out of our comfort zone, out of our safety bubble, into the wild, into the wilderness. Our obedience was not a result of fear, but of love and trust in God. We understood that his plans for us are far greater than anything we could ever imagine. We comprehended that our obedience was not just an act of submission, but an act of faith and love. The uncertainties were many. The journey was long and fraught with difficulties, but we kept going, kept moving, driven by our faith, our belief, our obedience. And despite the uncertainties, we obeyed. God's promises are fulfilled in his time, not ours. This is a timeless truth we all need to grasp, a concept that can be rather challenging to comprehend in times of turmoil, despair, or impatience. We all have dreams and aspirations, often hoping for immediate fulfillment. Yet, the divine architect of our lives operates on a different timeline. God's chronology is immensely different from our own. There's a deep wisdom and understanding that his plans and promises are not bound by the constraints of human time. He exists outside the limitations of earthly hours, days, years, and centuries. He sees the intricate tapestry of our lives in its entirety, while we can only perceive the threads we're currently weaving. In his divine wisdom, he knows the perfect time for every event, every answer, and every blessing. It's essential to understand that faith is not only about believing in God's power and promises, but also about trusting in his timing. Many times our vision is limited, and we can't see beyond the immediate obstacles. Yet our faith must transcend these limitations. It must extend beyond our myopic view of the present, trust in the unseen, and believe in the fulfillment of his promises. Learning to trust in his timing is a daring journey. It means yielding control, surrendering our impatience, and accepting that we might have to weather storms before we see the rainbows. This acceptance doesn't come easily. It requires steadfast faith and enduring patience. The bottom line is simple yet profound. Our circumstances, no matter how bleak or impossible they might seem, never thwart God's plans. His promises are not compromised by our earthly situations. In fact, it's often within these challenging circumstances that his promises are most vividly fulfilled. So we must learn to trust, even when circumstances seem impossible. Our faith was tested when God asked for the unthinkable. Trusting in God's plan, we found ourselves standing at the precipice of our understanding, peering into the abyss of the unknown and uncharted. We were asked to surrender our comforts and our hopes, to lose ourselves completely in his divine plan and forsake all we hold dear. We sought solace in prayer, whispering our fears and doubts into the stillness of the night. We grappled with the paradox of our faith, the intense desire to cling to our understanding, and the call to let go fully, to throw ourselves into the hands of God in total surrender. We were in constant confrontation with our weaknesses and our human limitations. The struggle was in every fiber of our being, each thought and every heartbeat echoing the turmoil within us. The world as we knew it was shifting, and we were asked to step out into this new landscape with nothing but our faith as a guide. We questioned, we doubted, we feared. But in the end, we understood that the essence of faith was not in understanding, but in surrender. It was about letting go of the need to know, to control, to predict, and instead to trust in a power much greater than ourselves. The path was fraught with challenges, the journey laden with hardship. But through every tear shed, every sigh of despair, every hiccup of doubt, we began to grasp the true meaning of faith. It wasn't about being unshakable, it was about being malleable. It wasn't about being undaunted, it was about being willing. It wasn't about the absence of fear, it was about the presence of trust. And as we navigated this path, we discovered that true faith involves surrender, even when it hurts the most. Hospitality and kindness are virtues that please God. They represent the gentle and compassionate aspects of humanity that are cherished by one and all. Throughout many cultures and religions worldwide, these two virtues are considered as the embodiment of godliness, an expression of the divine. When we bring hospitality into our lives, we essentially open our hearts and homes to others. It involves more than just offering someone a meal or a place to stay. It is about creating a welcoming environment where people feel valued, respected, and loved. It is about extending our boundaries of comfort to include others, and thereby making the world a much better place to live in. This aspect of hospitality makes it an integral part of human relationships and social harmony. Kindness, on the other hand, is the act of being considerate, compassionate, and generous. It is a simple yet profound way of showing empathy towards others, of understanding their feelings and needs without anticipation of reciprocity. Kindness is an everyday act, but its impacts can last a lifetime. A small gesture of kindness can bring smiles, lighten hearts, and sometimes even save lives. By displaying hospitality and kindness, we mirror God's love towards us. We reflect the generous spirit that God has bestowed upon us. These virtues are not just mere actions, but they embody a deep understanding of human connection and empathy. We are all interconnected in this world, and our actions can have a profound effect on others. When we practice hospitality and kindness, we are not just doing good deeds. We are rekindling the divine spark within ourselves, thereby nurturing our spiritual growth. We are manifesting God's love to the world in the most beautiful and humble way possible. Our willingness to share and care for others reflects the love God has shown us. Life is filled with challenges, a constant reality that we must face every day. The hurdles can range from minor inconveniences to major obstacles that seem insurmountable. We are witnesses to struggles, hardships, and difficulties. In our journey, we encounter various trials that test not just our physical strength, but our spirit as well. In the face of these trials, the path forward may often seem unclear, cloudy, filled with an unsettling fog of uncertainty. At times, we may find ourselves questioning our abilities, doubting our strength, and even fearing the future. We may even feel like we're walking on thin ice, teetering on the brink of despair. But it is through these trials that we are reminded of the power of faith. A faith that gives us the courage to keep going, to keep pushing, even when the odds are stacked against us. This faith, however, is not just a belief, a wishful thinking, or a blind optimism. It's the unshakable conviction in our hearts that there is something greater, something divine that guides us, lifts us, and empowers us. Through faith, we persevered. We found the strength within us to rise again after every fall, to pick up the pieces and rebuild, to face the storm and still stand tall. We learned to see beyond the surface, beyond the immediate, into a realm of divine intervention. We learned to trust in the process, to surrender our fears and let faith lead the way. In the midst of these trials, we learned that God's promises remain steadfast. His love never ceases, His mercy never fails, and His grace is sufficient for us. Even against the strongest tides of challenges, His promises stand firm, giving us the strength and hope to carry on. Our journey has been extraordinary, Abraham. The path we've walked together is unlike any other. Through hardships, trials, and tribulations, we've remained steadfast and unbroken. We've traversed the desert, survived famine, and faced countless adversities, each one testing the strength of our faith. Our faith, Abraham, has been our constant companion. It's been the flame that lights our way in the darkest of times, the beacon of hope that inspires us to move forward when everything else tells us to surrender. This faith has lifted us from the depths of despair and guided us to the highest peaks of spiritual triumph. We have lived, loved, and learned together, Abraham. Every joy, every sorrow, every victory, and every defeat has been shared between us. Our bond, anchored in faith, has grown stronger with each passing year. Guided by divine providence, we've transformed from mere individuals to pillars of a legacy forever ingrained in the annals of time. We've seen miracles, Abraham. We've seen the impossible become possible. We've witnessed the birth of nations, the rise and fall of empires, and the unfolding of prophecies. Our lives have been a testament to the divine's unending love and mercy. Indeed, our faith has moved mountains. Our story, Abraham, is not just our own, it's the story of every believer who has ever felt the power of faith. It's the story of every heart that has ever sought comfort in the divine's embrace. Our story is a testament to the enduring power of faith. Let it inspire generations to come. Scene script, voiceover. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey of faith. Our story, the story of Abraham and his enduring trust in God, is not just a tale from the past. It is a living testament, a guiding light that can illuminate our path in the present. We invite you, our dear viewers, to share this video. Share it with your friends, your family, your community. Let the story of our faith, our journey, our legacy, inspire others as it has inspired us. Let it serve as a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of faith and the enduring love of the divine. And if you found value in our journey, if our story has touched your heart, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. Join us as we continue to explore the depths of faith, the strength of the human spirit, and the boundless love of the divine. In sharing our journey, you become a part of it. You become a part of this legacy of faith, and together we can inspire others to embark on their own journey of faith. Remember, faith is a journey, not a destination. Each step we take brings us closer to the divine, closer to understanding, closer to love. Share this journey with others and subscribe for more. Shalom.